The story here is kind of very similar to when one decides to read a version of the Bible other than the KJV, or they were a member of some Mandela Effect Facebook groups and left. This story is very familiar.
Like 2, maybe 3 days later, I actually started to get harassed by people in my ward. I still remember going to the park that was near the church, and this random person came up to me that was in my ward. I kind of knew who they were, but they started harassing me and telling me how I am a terrible person. I am a devil worshiper, a devil's child.
I literally had somebody send me a Facebook message saying I worship the devil because I dare read a version of the Bible other than the KJV.
I'm gonna end up in prison. Yes, end up in prison. I'm a terrible person, a disappointment to everybody. Nobody's gonna ever love me, and so on and so forth. It's been a few years since that actually took place, but that is basically what they said. And I remember leaving and going into my car and crying because I was so hurt by their.
And see, that's why I remember leaving comments on people's YouTube channels trying to express my pain. And then it was like,
judgmental accusations about me. Now, again, if you are transitioning, don't let this scare you. I know it's not like this for everybody. I'm just telling you what happened to me and how I felt about everything. But also know that the good outweighs the bad in leaving the LDS church. So not only did that happen,
or reading the Message Bible or the NIV instead of being forced to read the KJV.
I got a lot of harassment through my Facebook, on messengers, and I would also get phone calls and text messages. So honestly, the harassment lasted quite some time. It took a little bit of time for it.
It's for me, it took about 2 years. And I'm still getting some residual. It's like, how dare you read a version of the Bible other than the KJV?
Die out, and after it did die out, I had a lot of people come to me and apologize for the way that they had acted.
See, that's not happened to me yet. No one's apologized to me for the way they have acted.
Anyway, after continual harassment from these ward members, I will also put a disclaimer in there that not all of them were bad. There were some people that were really supportive. They would tell me that they're not supportive of my decision, but they were supportive of me as a person. And that was the only thing I really needed to hear.
And see, I haven't ever heard that. It's like, we're not supportive of you choosing to read a Bible other than the KJV, but we still respect you as a person. It's like, you're a child of the devil because you read a version of the Bible other than the KJV.
Hear from anybody. Anyway, after a few days, I ended up calling my bishop back and went off on him because he was the only person that I had actually told that I was removing my name off the records. And I went off on him about how he had actually broke confidentiality, and he was telling me that it was okay, this didn't matter or anything. Again, long story short, he begins to harass me over the phone. Anyway, I end the conversation, tell my.
I know, and people were about to get me into some sort of group Facebook, YouTube chat to harass me and grill me over Bible translations. When yet they can't even stand up and say, just because the morning star in Revelation refers to Jesus, and the morning star in Isaiah refers to Lucifer, they're not the same morning star.
Don't want his help anymore. I will figure it out. And that was that. And even a few months later, he had actually tried to invite himself to my wedding. Again, another story for a different time. If you want to hear that, let me know. After that incident.
So I'm going to link her video in the description below, but it seems to be a very common theme whenever someone wants to leave a cult.